Yes.
And now, here's the starting lineup for the visiting Oakland Ballers. Leading off and playing left field, number 1, Peyton Hardin. Batting second and playing first base, number 23, Noah Martinez. Batting third and playing center field, number 21, Austin Davis. Batting fourth, playing right field, number 7, Trevor Olsema. Batting sixth, batting fifth, playing third base, number 20, Dondre Hubbard. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 3, Jalen Smith. Batting seventh and playing shortstop, number 24, Josh Leslie. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 30, Tyler Lozano. Batting ninth and playing second base, number 5, Brad Burkell. On the mound for the Ballers, right-handed pitcher, number 16, Carson Lambert. The Ballers coaching staff consists of Jim Dedrick, JT Snow, Aaron Miles, and Steve Brown.
Ready, Michael? Ready? We good?
The Yolo Highwheelers are honored to now be a part of this community. We welcome all of you to the Highwheelers community here at Dobbins Stadium. And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, representing Yolo and Solano counties, here is the starting lineup for your Yolo Highwheelers.
And a pleasant good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Yolo Highwheelers Baseball from Davis, California on this Tuesday afternoon. This is Doug Greenwald coming to you live. It is the visiting Oakland Ballers and the hometown Yolo Highwheelers. Well, a lot has happened since Sunday when these two teams last met, including a managerial change for the Oakland Ballers. As on Sunday night, Micah Franklin was relieved of his duties as manager, and Aaron Miles, who had been the bench coach and first base coach and a lot of other help as well, he is now the manager of Oakland. So Micah Franklin, who was in the midst of serving a suspension for an ejection with the umpires a few weeks ago, last Friday, he was in the midst of a 4-game suspension, and now I guess he has been let go, period. So anyway, Aaron Miles is the new manager for the Oakland Ballers, and we will talk more about that this afternoon. All right, so as you can see on Flow Sports, the Highwheelers have taken the field. Those of you listening on YouTube Live, I will tell you the Highwheelers have taken the field. We're going to send it down now to the field for the national anthem. All right, the national anthem here this afternoon. Let's take a look at the starting lineups first for the visiting Oakland Ballers under manager Aaron Miles. Oakland is 29-25 overall and 2-4 in the second half. Leading off and playing left field is Peyton Harden. Batting second and at first base, Noah Martinez. The center fielder hitting third is Austin Davis. In right field, batting cleanup, Trevor Halsema. Dondre Hubbard, he bats fifth, and he's at third base. Hitting sixth is the designated hitter, and that is Jalen Smith. Hitting seventh and playing at shortstop, Josh Leslie. Tyler Lozano hits eighth, and he's doing the catching and batting ninth, and at second base, Brad Burkell. And on the mound for Oakland is the right-hander, Carson Lambert. So again, for the Oakland Ballers and manager Aaron Miles, it's Harden, Martinez, and Davis, Halsema, Hubbard, and Smith, Leslie, Lozano, Burkell, and the right-hander Lambert on the mound. For the Yolo High Wheelers and manager Billy Horton, Yolo is at 27-25 overall and 4-2 in the second half. Braylon Skinner gets it started in center field. Hitting second at shortstop, Raylan Marine. Batting third, the designated hitter, Braden Blackford. The cleanup batter is the left fielder, Jose Gonzalez. Hitting fifth and at first base, Alejandro Figueiredo. Batting fifth and batting sixth and at second base, Bobby Leday. The right fielder, Tanner Smith, hits seventh. Batting eighth at third base, Kirkland Banks, and the catcher is Angel Mendoza, and he hits ninth with the right-hander Brandon McPherson on the mound. So again for Yolo and manager Billy Horton, it's Skinner, Marine, and Blackford, Gonzalez, Figueiredo, and Leday, Smith, Banks, Mendoza, and the righty McPherson on the mound. The starting lineups here this afternoon. All right, here we go from Davis on another toasty afternoon as Peyton Harden leads it off. Now, of course, these two teams met last week for six games. This is a different series, though, as we've had a day off in between. Peyton Harden gets it started, and Brandon McPherson's first pitch of the game is a strike called on the outside corner, 0-1. And we are underway at 4:37 this afternoon, 106 degrees here at first pitch from Davis, California. The kick in the 0-1 is outside, ball one to Harden. 1 ball and 1 strike. Harden gets it going at 350. He has 2 homers and 23 runs batted in. And no doubt it's been a spark plug for the Ballers. Certainly was last week as the 1-1 pitch popped up foul left side, strike 2. And the count's at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Harden, a couple of hits here on Sunday, including a first inning single, which led to a 2-run inning. Harden, the last 4 games in that series last week, led off all those games, all 4 of those games, the last 4 with a single, but he won't this time as he swings and misses at a high fastball up and away, strike 3, and he is out to get things cooking. So McPherson strikes out Harden. 1 down, and now here is the first baseman in Noah Martinez. 325, 9 home runs, 34 runs batted in. So he faces the right-hander and Brandon McPherson, who's 23 years old, delivers on the pitch to Martinez, and that's strike 1 called on the outside corner, 1-1. 6'3", 225 pounds is McPherson, who grew up in the western suburbs of Chicago, grew up in North Aurora, Illinois. The 0-1 pitch, and that is outside, ball 1. And the count's at 1 ball and 1 strike from McPherson, who's in his second Pioneer League season, was at Billings last year where he played for now current Yolo manager Billy Horton. The 1-1 pitch, and that's outside, ball 2. So 2 balls and 1 strike. No score, top of the first, Yolo and Oakland. McPherson, a 4-seam fastball, a curveball, changeup, and a slider. The kick on the 2-1, and Martinez swings and hits one high and foul left side, strike 2. And the count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes to Martinez. Now McPherson mentioned a 1-0 record, and he's been stuck on 1 win since May 30th. The 2-ball, 2-strike pitch, and that is low and in, ball 3. And the counts now with 3 balls and 2 strikes to Noah Martinez. Outfield straightaway fairly deep. The kick on the 3-2, and Martinez swings and he flies one to center field. Sends Skinner back a few steps. Plenty of room out there in the sun, and the center fielder Braylon Skinner hauls it in. 2 down quickly. Top of the first inning, no score. Yolo and Oakland. And now it's Austin Davis who comes up to face McPherson. So I mentioned McPherson 1-0, the 1 win May 30th in what was his first start of the year. That was against Grand Junction. And since then for McPherson, it's been 7 consecutive no decisions. So now Austin Davis bats. 329 homers, 39 RBIs. The windup in the pitch and a breaking ball outside, ball 1, 1-0. Brandon's last start was against Oakland. That was 6 days ago. Went 5 innings, allowed 10 hits. That's the most hits he's given up this year. Gave up 6 runs, all earned, walked 2, struck out 5. Davis pops this one up first base side. Figure 8 of the first baseman, watches the ball land foul back of the Yolo first base dugout. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. So the game McPherson pitched, that was one of the knockout games, as I said last Wednesday here. That ended, the 9-inning portion ended 8-8, and Yolo won the knockout round 1-0 on a Jose Gonzalez second round homer. 1 ball, 1 strike to Davis. No score, top of the first. McPherson delivers, and a breaking ball misses up and in, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike to Austin Davis, who, along with his father, owns a lemonade business back in Florida. That sounds pretty nice on a day like this, as he swings and chops one to third. Back of the bag, the ball knocked down by Banks, picks it up, and still time to throw coast to coast to Figueiredo at first. And Davis is out, and McPherson a 1-2-3 first, so nothing across. And after half an inning this afternoon, Oakland nothing, Yolo coming up on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. After half an inning, Oakland nothing, and Yolo coming up to face the right-hander out of Thousand Oaks, California, Carson Lambert. And it'll be Braylon Skinner to get it going. No score, bottom of the first. Doug Greenwald with you on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. Lambert, 6'4", 200 pounds, 24 years old. Works out of the windup in the first pitch to Braylon Skinner, and that is high, ball 1. And the count's at 1 ball and no strikes. So it's Skinner, Marine, and Blackford to face Lambert, who's making a 6th outing against Yolo this year. The windup with the 1-0. And that is high ball 2, 2-0. Lambert specifically against Yolo is 0-1. His overall record is 2-2, 7.38 ERA. 3-quarter windup, first base side of the rubber. Man, the pitch. Strike 1 called on the outside corner, 2-1. 315 for Skinner. He has 3 homers. He has 31 runs batted in. Outfield around to the left side, big hole in right center. No score, bottom of the first. Lambert out of the windup with the 2-1. And Skinner goes around, pitch down and in, 2-2. So Skinner here on Sunday afternoon was 0 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts. Scuffling a bit of late is Skinner, 1 hit in his last 12 at-bats. The windup in the 2-2, and he swings and taps this ball past the mound towards second. Charge and glove by Burkell, throws across his body to Martinez at first to get the speedy Skinner. And that's out number 1 here in the bottom of inning number 1. 0-0 Yolo in Oakland. And now it's Braylon Marine to face Carson Lambert. Marine, team best average of .390, 7 home runs, and he has 46 runs batted in. Marine a home run here on Sunday, which turned out to be the last score of the game. It made it 4-2 in the 3rd inning, and that was it. Swings and he hits one foul up along first, and the bat chips into several pieces. Not like a big break of the bat. It wasn't like the barrel came flying off, but just some slivers of the bat along the barrels. Manager and third base coach Billy Horton hands what's left of the bat to his son Connor, the bat boy, making his way back toward the first base Yolo dugout. So no balls and 1 strike to count. And Yolo managed by Billy Horton. And the first base coach and manager is, the first base coach / bench coach is Gary Davenport. No balls and a strike. 0-0 bottom of the first. Lambert kicks and delivers, and that's taken for a strike on the inside corner, 1-2. Lambert, for him overall this season, 11th appearance in his 8th start. The windup in the 0-2, and Marine made a motion of the pitch, takes low ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So we're in the midst of 12 straight games against the Oakland Ballers. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 0-0, bottom of the first inning. Lambert deliberate 3-quarter windup, now deals, and Marine takes low ball 2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. So we saw Lambert here last series. That was July 17th. That was last Wednesday. The windup of the 2-2. And Marine swings, and he pops this one up, shallow right field. And coming in and making a diving catch is the right fielder in Trevor Halsman. Nice play there. I had to wait for the first base umpire, Dean Poteet, to make the call out in shallow right. So nice play there by the right fielder. And Halsma, 2 down. And now it's Braden Blackford who comes up. Yeah, the game Lambert last pitched against Yolo. 3 1/3 innings he allowed, 7 hits, 5 runs all earned. Walked 2 and did not have any strikeouts, gave up 1 homer. And now it's Braden Blackford who bats. And the pitch on the way to Blackford is low inside, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes to Blackford. And it was Blackford, mentioned the 1 home run that Lambert allowed. Well, the man at the plate right now hit it. It was Blackford who had a 3-run homer in the first of that game 6 days ago. Took Lambert deep. So 1 ball and no strikes to Braden Blackford. No score here in the first inning. Blackford bats at .346. He has 9 home runs, and he has 36 runs batted in. 0-0, bottom of the first inning. The windup and the pitch, and Blackford swings, and he lines this ball in the right field, a base hit. First hit, first base runner for either side, so Blackford is aboard as the right fielder Halsema gets the ball in towards second. And this extends the bottom of the first for the left fielder, Jose Gonzalez. 371 for Jose. He has a team-high 10 home runs, 46 RBIs. Well, Blackford, 2 steals this year. He's been caught. Actually, he's not been caught. He's got 2 steals. He's 2 for 2 in steal attempts. So now it's Gonzalez. And Jose swings. It's one deep in the hole towards second. To his left, Burkell, and now has to wait for the first baseman Martinez to get back to first. And he throws, does Burkell, to Martinez, and Gonzalez is out. Gonzalez went to his right trying to grab the ball, went past him. The second baseman, Burkell, fielded the ball in shallow right, moving to his left, and then Martinez had to hustle back to first and did so in time to take the throw from Gonzalez. 4-3 on that play. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a runner left. We go to the second, no score. Yolo and Oakland on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. We move to the top of the second, 0-0, Yolo and Oakland. Trevor Halsema leads it off, and Brandon McPherson's first pitch is flied high in the air toward right center field. A long run for Tanner Smith, and the right fielder in the gap near the 385-foot marker will be there to make the catch. So one right fielder flies to the other, one down. So Halsema giving that a bit of a ride, but just not far enough. So Halsema, who comes up at 337, came up at 337, 9 homers and 50 RBIs. And he is retired, one down. So Halsema, Hubbard, and Smith, 4, 5, and 6 to face the right-hander, and Brandon McPherson, who delivers, and that's outside ball 1 to Dondre Hubbard. No balls, or 1 ball and no strikes. 313 for Hubbard, team high 11 homers. 46 runs batted in, and the 1-0 on the way, and that is low for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. Umpires for today's game assigned by Ron Adams, who is the California-based Pioneer League assigner. Grant Myers calls balls and strikes. The first base umpire is Dean Poteet, and the umpire around at third, Ricardo Rodriguez. Swing fly ball this time shallow right center, and once again Smith the beat on this one, moving to his right. And the right fielder Tanner Smith makes the catch, so 2 up and 2 down. We are in the second inning, the top of the second. No score, Yolo and Oakland. And now the designated hitter, Jalen Smith, comes to bat. So Jalen digs in at 260. He has 7 home runs, and he has 21 RBIs. As McPherson coming set again with nobody on. First base side of the rubber. And the pitch, fisted foul to the backstop, strike 1. No balls, 1 strike to the designated hitter in Smith, the guy we've seen play a lot of second base. No balls and 1 strike the count. Outfield straightaway, not terribly deep for Smith. 0-0, top of the second on the 0-1, and Smith swing and miss at a curve, 0-2. From Brandon McPherson, this is his 5th appearance / start against Oakland this year. He's without a decision against the Ballers. A kick in the 0-2, and Smith takes Strike 3 called, inside corner. Now he'd like that challenge. Graham Myers, the plate umpire, will signal upstairs, but it's been confirmed strike 3. And Smith is called out on strike. Second strikeout for McPherson with his second perfect inning. Nothing across. We go to the bottom of the second. Still no score. Yolo in Oakland on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports.
Let's look back on this day in MLB history. In 1890, Harry Stovey of Boston's Players League Club becomes the first major league player to reach 100 career home runs. In 1964, Kansas City A's rookie Bert Campaneris sends Minnesota to defeat 4-3 with 2 home runs in his major league debut. The first comes on the first pitch thrown to him by Jim Cat. The 21-year-old Cuban and Bob Heenan are the only pitchers since 1900 with 2 home runs in their first major league game. In 1965, Dick Stewart homers in the major league record 23rd different ballpark when he connects at Shea Stadium in Philadelphia's 5-1 win. And in 1974, the National League triumphs 7-2 in the All-Star Game at Pittsburgh. Right and Joyce first baseman Steve Garvey of the Los Angeles Dodgers is the game's MVP. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 44, Alejandro Figueredo.
On we go to the bottom of the second inning. It is 0-0 Yolo in Oakland. 2 more games in this series, meaning specifically games that are played at this ballpark between these two teams this week. Tomorrow and then Thursday, both will be at 4:30. And then the series goes to Oakland for the weekend. Alejandro Figueredo leads it off, and he takes outside from Carson Lambert, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Figueredo, Leday, and Smith. 5, 6, 7 to face Lambert. So Figueredo, 3 hits here the other day. 393 through 17 Yolo games, a homer, 7 RBIs. Those are his Yolo numbers. Outfield around to the left on the 1-0 pitch, and Alejandro swings, and he flies this one to right field. Halsema jogging over and now hustling over a little more toward the line and crosses the line in fair territory to make the catch. And Figueredo is out. So 1 up and 1 down. Figueredo coming in with a 7-game hitting streak. And now Bobby Leday, who we normally see hit 3rd in the lineup, but he's hitting 6th today. He digs in at 347, 9 home runs, and he has a team best 51 RBIs. 0-0 bottom of the second as Lambert delivers and Leday takes high ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Leday's 6-game hitting streak ended the other day. He was 0 for 3 with a walk, was 11 for 23 during the streak, a 478 clip. The 1-0 pitch, and that's low ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. As I say, the other day was actually Saturday where that hitting streak was snapped, the 2-0. And he takes outside ball 3. So 3 balls and no strikes to count to Leday. So Mitch and Leday hitting in the 6th spot in the lineup. The windup in the 3-0, and Leday takes, and that's a strike on the inside corner. 3 balls and 1 strike. Leday just the 3rd time this year he's batted 6th. As I said, normally we see him hitting 3rd. 3 balls and a strike. 0-0. Lambert winds, and the pitch, and Leday takes a breaking ball. Drops it nicely for a strike on the outside corner. So 3 balls, 2 strikes with Tanner Smith on deck in the game. 0-0. Bottom of the second inning. Wind up by Lambert and the 3-2 swing and a ground ball sharply hit towards short, but right there to gobble it up, the sure-fielded Leslie, and he will throw on to Martinez at first, and Leday is retired. 2 out, bottom of the second inning. 0-0, Yolo and Oakland. And here is the right fielder, Tanner Smith. .274 for Tanner. He has 3 home runs, and he has 24 runs batted in. I mentioned that 6th spot in the lineup for Yolo. And you could almost field an entire baseball team of players this year who have batted 6th for the High Wheelers. So now it's Smith who hits one foul left side, strike 1-0-1. 14 players pretty much would fill out any position player format, let alone more than half the team has hit 6 this year for Yolo, the 0-1. And Smith goes the other way, left field, base hit, line drive there. Ball picked up by the left fielder, Harden. Gets it in towards second. So Tanner Smith has himself a single. Smith trying to get out of a little bit of a funk. 2 hits in his last 15 at-bats coming into today. So he is aboard. Smith, the runner at first base. 5 steals. He's been caught 1 time. So Martinez will hold him on. And now it's Kirkland Banks who bats. Banks .293, 7 homers, 27 runs batted in. 2-run homer here the other day. And there goes Smith, and Banks on the hit and run, a swing and a foul to the backstop, strike 1. And the count's at no balls and 1 strike with the game 0-0, bottom of the second, Yolo and Oakland. But yeah, I was talking about the 6th spot in the lineup, how 14 High Wheelers, and I realize a few of these guys no longer here, but still 14 guys on the team this year have hit in the 6th spot for Yolo. The most common 6th place batters are Blackford and Smith. Each have hit in the 6th hole 11 times. As the 0-1 pitch high, 1-1. You know, Justin Kirby, no longer here, 10 times. Eddie Neiman, 4. Kirkland Banks, 3. Sam Kaczynski, no longer here. He did it twice. Now Leday, it's his 3rd time this year in the 6th spot. 1-1 to Banks, outside, 2-1. 0-0, Yolo and Oakland, bottom of the second. Braylon Marine twice. Mason Minzy. We'll get to Mason in a moment, but he's done it twice. Then you have Alex Epp, Alejandro Figueiredo, Jose Gonzalez, Kyle Guerra, and Braylon Skinner. 14 different 6th place hitters for the High Wheelers this year. And I mentioned Mason Minzy. He will no longer be batting 6th or anywhere else for the High Wheelers. He was traded earlier today to the Rocky Mountain Vibes. 2 balls and a strike. Sidestep offering, and Banks a swing and a foul ball right side, strike 2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to count with the game 0-0, bottom of the second, Yolo and Oakland. Minzy, as the saying goes, traded either for a player to be named later, maybe a bucket of baseballs, future considerations. Anyway, Minzy traded to Rocky Mountain, so we'll see Mason again next week in a different uniform when the team's in Colorado Springs. The 2-2 pitch to Banks, taps one foul back of the plate. 0-0, Yolo and Oakland, bottom of the second. Doug Greenwald with you on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. So, who takes Mason Minzy's spot on the roster? Another catcher who will be, once he gets into a game, making his professional debut. Edwin De La Cruz joins the High Wheelers. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lambert deals, and Banks a late swing, protective swing, and a pop-up foul right side. And the count's at 2 balls and 2 strikes with the game 0-0, bottom of the second, Yolo and Oakland. So De La Cruz, and obviously we'll talk more about him but when he gets in there, but played his college baseball, spent 4 years at the University of Arkansas, Pine Bluff. There goes Smith, pitch taken high, throw to second base. Is not handled by the second baseman Burkell, and Smith slides in with a stolen base. Looked like the throw was going to get there in time from the catcher Lozano. It was to the second base side of the bag, but Smith sliding in and Burkell unable to hold on to the ball, so give Tanner Smith his 6th steal in 7 tries this year. And now the count to Banks is at 3-2 with the game 0-0, bottom of the second, Yolo and Oakland. But yeah, Edwin De La Cruz, he'll be one of the 3 catchers now for Yolo. And as I said, played 4 years for the Golden Lions at Arkansas Pine Bluff, NCAA Division I school in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Kicking the 3-2 pitch, and that's foul to the screen. 3-2, and I'm not going to unwrap the gift all the way regarding De La Cruz, but as I said, we'll talk about him when he actually gets in there, but that is who is on the roster. And he replaces Mason Minzy on the squad. De La Cruz, by the way, will wear number 14. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 0-0 with Mendoza on deck. And the 3-2, and that's low ball 4, so Banks draws a walk. And now a 2-out threat for the High Wheelers, who have runners at first and second in the game 0-0, Yolo and Oakland. And now it's Angel Mendoza who digs in. Batting at 144, he has 2 homers and 12 RBIs. Now Mendoza's, you probably have figured that average, has struggled offensively. Just 7 hits in his last 70 at-bats, a 100 clip in that span. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts the other day. Lead at second by Smith. Lead at first by Banks, and the pitch is outside, ball 1. And the count's at 1 ball and no strikes. 2. Angel Mendoza with the game 0-0 bottom of the second inning, Yolo and Oakland. As Lambert looks back at second, the 1-0, and Mendoza swings and drives one toward left, and this is over the head of Harden and will likely score a pair. Smith will score. Banks is going to be waved to the plate as the throw comes all the way in toward the second base bag, and it's a 2-out, 2-run double for the catcher, Angel Mendoza, and it's 2-0 Yolo. So the outfield was fairly shallow, and Mendoza hit one over the head of Harden, so RBIs for Mendoza, 13 and 14. So let's credit Kirkland Banks on that 2-out, 2-strike walk to set the table for Mendoza. So much needed 2-base hit there, much needed 2-run single there. I don't mean, or 2-run double there, and I don't mean in terms of the score of the game, but just to get Mendoza some RBIs. Obviously been scuffling a lot this year, and the bottom third of the order coming through here in the second, and now the order flips over for the second time for the center fielder, Braylon Skinner. Yolo heads to the top of the order. Braylon 0 for 1, grounded to second his first time, and he swings, and he pops this one up foul third base side, and that'll reach the vacant seat, strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. So 2-0 Yolo, bottom half of the second. This is Doug Greenwald. You're listening to the Yolo High Wheelers on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. So Mendoza at second base. He'll be off on contact. No balls, 1 strike to count. Lambert again from the belt. Kicks and delivers, and that's low and in, ball 1 from Lambert. Ball and a strike. And Lambert played his college baseball at the University of Southern California. So did his battery mate, Tyler Lozano, who did Lozano his graduate year at USC after spending his undergraduate time at Creighton. Lozano I'm talking about, the 1-1, and that's low. Ball 2, 2 balls and a strike. Again, a USC flair on this Oakland ball club with Lozano, with Lambert, with Trevor Halsem, all Trojans at one time or another. I understand that ballpark was getting redone. Rod Dato Field, named for the legendary head coach of the Trojans, legendary baseball coach. Heard that field's getting a facelift. The kick on the 2-1, and that's popped up foul left side, strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Been down there a few times. Never been to an actual game at Dato Field, but I've certainly been down there to take a look at that on-campus ballpark right next to the football practice facility for the Trojans. The mighty Big Ten USC Trojans. The 2-2. Low and in, ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So 3 balls, 2 strikes to count with 2 out to Skinner. Mendoza leads at second base and a 2-0 Yolo advantage. We're in the home half of the second inning on this sun-filled Tuesday from Yolo County. 3-2 the count. Lambert from the set delivers. Fastball, strike 3 called, outside corner. They're going to challenge that. Yolo will challenge it. And it's been overturned to a ball, so it's ball 4. So Grant Myers, the plate umpire, as it turns out, will have to hand the baseball back to the ballers right here. That's ball 4, so Mendoza holds it second. Skinner wins that appeal, so that pitch did appear to be outside. And now Braylon Marine will come up, but not before Jim Dietrich, the pitching coach, will go out and calm down Lambert, who now has allowed the last 4 batters to reach, batters 7, 8, 9, and then, of course, the top of the order at 1. Mentioned Jim Dietrich and the coaching staff now for Oakland, led by manager Aaron Miles. So Micah Franklin let go Sunday night. Now, Micah, I know I touched on this a little bit when I was giving the lineups, but Micah was in the midst of serving a 4-game suspension, arguing a call that had been overruled or reversed, obviously in favor of Yolo last weekend. Ball that was originally ruled foul then was changed to a fair ball, and Micah obviously did not like the call being overturned and had a few words to say, was running from the game and then suspended for 4 games. So now it's Marine, and Braylon swings, and he drives this one toward right. A long run for Halsma. He won't get it. 1 hop to the wall. Mendoza will score. Skinner is going to be waved to the plate, and he will score standing up. It's the second 2-run, 2-out double by the High Wheelers in this inning, and it's 4-0 now Yolo. So Braylon Marine goes the other way with a 2-run double to right. So 4-0 now High Wheelers. Marine RBIs 47 and 48. So now 5 straight 2-out batters have reached for the High Wheelers. 4 hits now for Yolo, 3 of them in this inning, and now the 8th man-to-man in this inning digs in. And it's the designated hitter, Braden Blackford. So a couple of full count walks, one of which was one on a challenge. So a couple of 2-out walks, a couple of 2-run, 2-out doubles, and now Blackford, who singled in the first, bats here in the second. 4-0 Yolo, and Lambert delivers, and that's low inside, and that'll be a wild pitch. Ball goes just back of the home plate circle. The catcher Lozano has to go and pick it up, but the wild pitch moves Marine to third base. And the count's a 1 ball and no strikes. So 4-0, the High Wheelers lead it. Home half of the second. So Marine, the runner at third base. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch to Blackford, ripped right up the middle, center field base hit. And to score easily is Marine. Blackford now 2 for 2. And it's 5-0 Yolo. Center fielder and Davis gets the ball back in towards second. So that ball was hit just to the second base side of the second base bag. Blackford RBI number 37. So now 6 straight 2-out batters have reached. Remember, there was 2 out and nobody on. And now it's a 5-0 Yolo lead. And now the 9th man to bat in the inning comes up. It's Jose Gonzalez. And he takes high in the strike zone, 0-1. So Blackford at first, 2 steals. He's not been caught. As Martinez holds him on. 5-0 Yolo. Bottom half of the second. And Gonzalez a tapper foul to the backstop, 0-2. So anyway, Micah Franklin was this would have been the 3rd game of a suspension for him. So Sunday morning, even though Micah could not manage or take part in being anywhere in the dugout, Micah was able to still text me the starting lineups. The 0-2 on the way, and Gonzalez swings, and he bloops one to second. That's caught by Burkell to end the inning. And I figure, all right, well, we'll see Micah sometime next week. Then I find out Sunday night, I read on Twitter, the Ballers put out an announcement that Micah Franklin had been let go and was no longer the manager of Oakland. So a lot happening for the Ballers within 48 hours. A lot happening for the High Wheelers within 6 batters in the second. 6 straight 2-out batters reach. 2-run doubles by Mendoza and Marine. So 5 runs, 4 hits, no errors, and a runner left. Week of the third, it's 5-0 Yolo leading Oakland on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. We go to the third inning. It is 5-0 Yolo. Doug Greenwald with you on YouTube Live. Yolo 5, Oakland nothing. First pitch of Josh Leslie taking low, ball one. 1 ball, no strikes to the Oakland shortstop. Leslie, Lozano, and Burkell. 7, 8, 9 to face Brandon McPherson. As the next pitch was grounded to shortstop. It's gloved by Marine, and he'll throw to Figueredo at first, and Leslie is out. There was one pitch after the first pitch. There was a foul ball by Leslie, and then the next pitch, Leslie grounds a short. So one shortstop grounds the other, one away. Numbers for Leslie in an Oakland uniform: 256, 3 homers, 9 RBIs. So 7 up, 7 down so far against McPherson. It's 5-0 Yolo. Top of the third. Now it's Lozano who digs in, and he takes up an in, ball one. And counts it a ball and no strikes. 239 for Lozano, 3 homers, 18 RBIs. 5-0 in favor of the High Wheelers. Top of the third inning, the 1-0 pitch, and that's taken for a strike on the outer half. 1 ball, 1 strike. So all 5 runs coming with 2 out and nobody on for Yolo. It's got to feel pretty good. The 1-1, and Lozano a big swing and a miss at a breaking ball from McPherson, strike 2. So the count's a 1 ball and 2 strikes with Brad Burkell on deck. 5 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Yolo. Nothing across. So far, no base runners for Oakland. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. And McPherson kicks and deals, and that's outside, ball 2. 2-2. McPherson mentioned in his last outing allowed 10 hits. It's the most he's given up this year. Gave up 6 runs, which matches the most he's allowed this year. But how about this from McPherson? 3 of the games he started have been decided with a knockout round. The kick on the 2-2 pitch outside, 3-2. And let's hope today's game is not decided by a knockout round, with Yolo up 5-0 in the top of the third. So 3 balls and 2 strikes the count. As McPherson from the belt delivers, and Lozano goes around, strike 3. The ball gets away from the catcher. Mendoza has to pick it up near the screen, and his throw to first, and Figueredo with the stretch makes the catch, and Lozano is out. Figueredo had to set up, kind of angle his left foot instead of toward the middle of the infield. He had to angle it toward sort of parallel or diagonal to where Mendoza picked up the ball almost near the screen, really on the lip of the grass in the direction of the backstop. So Lozano strikes out. Put out goes 2-3. The catcher Mendoza to the first baseman Figueredo. Third strikeout for McPherson, 2 away. Now Brad Burkell comes up, and he swings and misses at a high fastball, 0-1. Yolo 5, Oakland nothing, top of the third. 220 for Burkell, 7 homers, 30 RBIs. One of those home runs last week here. The kick in the 1-0, and Brad is swinging a foul to the screen, strike 1. So the count's at 1 ball and 1 strike. Burkell did not face McPherson last week, did not start in that game. No balls, 2 strikes. 5-0 Yolo. And the 0-2, and Burkell swings and misses. Breaking ball down and away, strike 3. Pitch in the dirt, so the catcher Mendoza has to pick that one up and throw to Figueredo at first. Once again, strikeout, put out goes 2-3. 4 strikeouts, and now 3 perfect innings for McPherson, so nothing across. We go to the bottom half of the third. It remains 5-0 Yolo leading Oakland on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. On we go to the bottom half of the third inning. It is a 5-0 advantage for the Yolo High Wheelers over the Oakland Ballers. Doug Greenwald with you on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. 5 runs, 5 hits, and no errors for Yolo. Nothing across for Oakland. So Figueredo gets it started. Same 3 that got the second inning going for the High Wheelers as Alejandro reaches for this one and flies it softly to right. Halsema waiting for it and makes the routine catch. So back-to-back times, Figueredo has flied out to right. Figueredo, Leday, and Smith. Again, 5, 6, 7. 5-0 Yolo, bottom of the third. And remember, the High Wheelers didn't get their 5-run rally going until 2 out and nobody on. So Figueredo and Leday were each retired before the fun started for the High Wheelers. Leday is 0 for 1, grounded to shortstop his first time, and the pitch on the way to Bobby, and he flies this one, shallow left center, hustling over and making a diving catch as the center fielder, Austin Davis. A nice play there by the West Virginia University alum in Austin Davis. So 2 up and 2 down quickly on, well, 2 pitches here in the bottom of the third. And now it's Tanner Smith who got that third inning rally going with a 2-out opposite field single to left. He also stole second base. 5-0 Yolo, so Carson Lambert, who gave up all 5 runs in the second in the span of allowing 6 2-out batters to reach, delivers, and Smith is swinging a miss at a breaking ball, strike 1. And the count's at no balls and 1 strike to Tanner Smith from Carson Lambert. 3-quarter windup in the 0-1, and Smith bunts one foul back of the plate, strike 2, 0-2 the count. Here at Dobbins Stadium, which seats 3,500, ballpark opened in 1986. 310 down the lines. 385 to the gaps. 410 to straightaway center. 10-foot wall all the way around. The kick on the 0-2, and Smith takes high 1-2. Scoreboard here is located in right center field. Absolutely gorgeous view of the beautiful white parking structure well behind the left field fence. You go far back or right, see the basketball arena. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch, and that's high ball 2. And the count's now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. I guess whatever Sacramento State has, UC Davis must have, or vice versa, both with parking structures as backdrops. They'll wind up in the 2-2, and Smith pokes one toward left. Harden a long way to go, and that ball gets past him, and that's going to go all the way to the base of the wall. Harden, the left fielder, tracks the ball down, and he'll get it in towards short. And Tanner Smith has himself a 2-out stand-up double to left, so both of Smith's hits have gone to left field. Both of his hits have been with 2 out. And again, this 2-out single was a springboard for a 5-run second. We'll see what happens here in the third. 5-0 Yolo, and now it's Kirkland Banks. He walked and scored in that second inning. He scored on the 2-run double by Mendoza. Outfield around to the left, big hole out in right center field. And Carson Lambert delivers. And Banks swings, and he pops this one up foul right side, strike 1. And the count moves to no balls and 1 strike with a 5-0 Yolo advantage. Home half of the third. Facing Lambert, who was supposed to have gone to the Toronto Blue Jays system about a month ago, and then there was a snafu with that contract. Smith at second, the 0-1, and Banks takes a strike on the outside corner. No balls, 2 strikes. And because of whatever didn't get done contractually, it thwarted things there and ended up having to stay with Oakland. No balls, 2 strikes to count with 2 out. Smith, decent-sized lead at second base. As Lambert kicks and delivers, and Banks stays alive on a foul ball to the backstop right side. And the count moves now to, or stays at no balls and 2 strikes. Third baseman Hubbard back of the bag, not far off the line. Yolo now with 6 hits and a 5-0 lead. Mentioned Banks a 2-run homer here the other day that gave Yolo the lead for good. The 0-2, And Kirkland swings, and he flies this one toward deep left field. Since Harden going back, and this ball is over his head. One hop over the wall. It's an RBI ground rule double for Kirkland Banks. 6-0 Yolo. So Banks, who homered in that direction the other day, a ground rule double here. And now it's Angel Mendoza who digs in. So 6-0 now in favor of the High Wheelers. All 6 runs tonight, or today for that matter, coming with 2 out. RBI for Banks is his 28th. So back-to-back 2-out doubles. 7 hits for Yolo, 4 have been doubles. Now it's Mendoza, 2-run double in the second. And the pitch to Angel, and that is high ball 1. And the count's at 1 ball and no strikes to Angel Mendoza. So Lambert, in that last game we mentioned against Yolo, allowed 7 hits. And today he gives up 7 hits. The 1-0 to Angel, and that's popped up. Back of first, and over comes the second baseman, Burkell, and he makes a sliding catch on the warning track, kicking up dust, slid toward the stands back of the first base Yolo dugout on the warning track. Nice play there by the second baseman, Brad Burkell, and Mendoza is out. Smith a double, Banks an RBI double, 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left. We go to the fourth. It is 6-0. The Yolo High Wheelers out in front over the Oakland Ballers on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. On to the fourth inning. It is 6-0 Yolo. And the top of the Oakland order for the second time, it's the left fielder Peyton Harden, as he faces Brandon McPherson, who delivers, and Harden swings and rips this ball in the right field, a base hit. So first hit, first base runner for the Oakland Ballers, as the right fielder Smith gets the ball in towards second. So Harden is aboard. 16 steals this year for Harden. He's been caught 4 times, so I couldn't even get to the fact of saying Harden, Martinez, and Davis. In the top half of the fourth inning. So Harden, just like that, is aboard. So Harden had 14 hits over the most recent 6-game series. These two teams played each other. And now is a base hit here. First pitch to Martinez is a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. McPherson right back, and he misses inside, 1-1. McPherson, I could say going from the set, but he goes from the set regardless, whether the runner's on or not. But first time today he's had to worry about a base runner. Martinez fly to center field in the first inning. It is 6-0 Yolo. And Noah swings on a tapper foul. First base side, strike 2. And the count's at 1 ball and 2 strikes to Noah Martinez, with the center fielder Austin Davis on deck. McPherson mentioned was at Billings last year, was 3-0 with the Mustangs and a 5.23 ERA. The 1-2 on the way, and that's foul to the backstop. And the count remains at 1-2 strikes. Brandon played 3 years at Northern Illinois University. A 4-7 career record overall. Well, I just said career, but yeah, college career record of 4-7. While with the Huskies of NIU. 1-2 strike pitch, and Martinez swings. Ground ball to second base. Could be 2. Lede Hassel goes to Marine at second for 1. And his throw to first. Figueiredo there to take it. It's a double play. So 4-6-3 on the twin killing. Just like that. 2 out and nobody on. And now it's Austin Davis who comes up with a 6-0 Yolo lead. Top half of the 4th. So now McPherson doesn't have to worry about that base runner. So Davis bats, grounded to third base his first time. And he goes around to the breaking pitch in the dirt, strike 1. No balls and 1 strike from Brandon McPherson. Wonder if his family's watching back in the Chicago area. No balls, 1 strike. And the pitch, and that's taken low for a ball, 1-1. Mentioned his dad, Darrell, is a United States Marshal. 1-1 strike to count. 6-0 Yolo. Top of the 4th and the 1-1. And that is taken low, ball 2, 2-1. I'd love to meet his dad sometime and talk about how exciting / tough, how heavy duty that career can be. 2 balls, 1 strike. Halsema on deck. And McPherson ready to go against Austin Davis, and now time requested by Davis. So 2 balls and 1 strike to count. But yeah, I can imagine that'd be pretty tough duty. I'm sure rewarding duty as well, serving our country as a marshal. 2-1 the count with 2 out. Infield all the way around. Outfield straight away, and the pitch, and that's outside, ball 3 to Austin Davis. Now Yolo's going to challenge that. And the pitch has been overturned to a strike, so instead of 3-1, it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes from McPherson to Davis. McPherson, no wins, no losses in 4 starts this year against Oakland. This is now his 5th start against the Ballers. 2-2 is low, ball 3. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. His ERA overall this year coming into today for McPherson, 5.36. His ERA coming into today in games specifically against Oakland is at 6.43. He's got a total of 20 strikeouts this year, at least coming into today's game against the Ballers. The 3-2, and that misses just outside, ball 4, so Davis able to coax a 2-out walk from McPherson. First walk he has allowed today, after allowing 2 walks in his last start against the Ballers. And now that extends the inning for the right fielder and Trevor Halsema. 6-0 Yolo, top half of the 4th. So Davis at first base. And Austin has a team high in steals with 29 this year. He's been caught 5 times. And the pitch on the way, and that's taken for a strike on the inside corner. And the count moves to no balls and 1 strike with a 6-0 Yolo lead over Oakland. Top of the 4th. Third baseman Banks back of the bag, just off the line. And the pitch, and that's hit toward Banks. Sliding stop to his left, gets up, throws from his knees to Figueiredo at first. Good pick, and out is Halsema. Great play on both ends. The third baseman Banks had to move to his left, made a sliding stop, and then from his knees threw on 1 hop and a good long stretch by the first baseman Figueiredo. And Halsema is out. Outstanding play there on both sides as the late Jerry Coleman, the longtime San Diego Padre broadcaster and former Yankee, would say, hang a star on that one. I'm quoting you, Jerry. Obviously, that's your line, not mine, but that would apply. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left. On we go to the bottom half of the 4th inning. It remains 6-0. Yolo leading Oakland on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. Six nothing Yolo leading Oakland. We go on to the bottom of the fourth inning. Top of the Yolo order for the third time. It's the center fielder, Braylon Skinner. And Carson Lambert delivers, and that's outside, ball one. And the count's a 1 ball and no strikes. It's Skinner, Marine, and Blackford to face Lambert. All 6 Yolo runs have come with 2 out today. Outfield around to the left. The windup in the 1-0. And Braylon a pop-up foul left side, strike one. And the count's a 1 ball and 1 strike. Doug Greenwald with you on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. Again, 4:30 tomorrow and on Thursday. And then we're with you for the weekend over at Raimondi Park in Oakland. The windup in the 1-1, and that's up and in, ball 2. So now 2 balls and 1 strike with a 6-0 Yolo advantage. Bottom half of the fourth. Lambert winds and the 2-1 pitch. And Skinner a foul to the backstop, 2-2. Skinner, who took part and had a huge role in that 5-run second because he was able to work a full count walk from Lambert. He was up when it was 2-0, but then his walk helped set the stage for Marine's 2-run double, which then made it 4-0. And then after that, the High Rollers had an RBI single from Blackford, of course, to make it 5-0. Right now it's 6-0 Yolo. The kick and the 2-2 pitch. And that's strike 3 called on the outside corner. And out is Skinner. So he strikes out looking. And for Lambert, that is his first strikeout after not having a strikeout in his last outing. So 1 down, and now it's Braylon Marine who comes up. 6 runs, 7 hits, and no errors for the I'm reading the scoreboard, of course it says Aggies on the bottom line. You're the home team. 6-7-0 for the High Wheelers. No runs hit, no errors for Guest, which of course is the Ballers. That's the pitch on the way to Marine, and that's a called strike on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike to Marine. Fly to right in the first, 2-run double and a run scored in the second. Lambert winds and the 0-1, and that's popped up softly, shallow right center. And a long way to go, but getting there, going to his left, the center fielder, Austin Davis. And he makes the catch, and Marine is out. 2 down. And here is the designated hitter in Braden Blackford, who's 2 for 2, including an RBI single. 6-0 Yolo, home half of the fourth. So Blackford, who we've seen bounce around the diamond a lot this year, whether it be first or third. He's played some left. Other day, played a couple of innings at second base late in the game. They say the other day was one of the games against Oakland recently. Pitch on the way to Blackford, and that's a strike on the outside corner. No balls and a strike, but today gets a rest from playing the field. He's the DH. No balls, 1 strike. The windup and the pitch, and Blackford takes one low into the backstop. Ball and strike. 7th appearance for Blackford as the designated hitter. In his primary position is third base, where he has started 24 times. 1 ball, 1 strike to count to the former Mastodon at Purdue Fort Wayne, Division I school in the Horizon League up in northeast Indiana. Blackford swings, flies one to right field, hauls him a broke back, now comes in toward the line, and the right fielder makes the catch, and Yolo goes in order for the first time this afternoon. Nothing across, on to the 5th. 6-0 Yolo leading Oakland on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. On we go to the top half of the 5th, and it's a 6-0 Yolo lead over Oakland. Greenwald with you on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. And Andre Hubbard to lead it off. And the pitch on the way to Hubbard, and that is from Brandon McPherson. Outside ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. It's Hubbard, Smith, and Leslie. 5, 6, and 7. 6-0 Yolo, and the 1-0, and Hubbard is swinging and missing a breaking ball, strike 1. And the count moves to 1 ball and 1 strike. Hubbard fly to right field in the 2nd inning. Third baseman Banks back of the bag, not far off the line. Figueroa back of the bag, pretty much off the line at first as Hubbard goes down for that breaking pitch and comes up empty, strike 2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Hubbard, who was again brought here by Micah Franklin, the now former Oakland manager. Those two were together in the Washington system. Franklin was Hubbard's hitting coach at AA Harrisburg. As Hubbard swings, lines one the other way down the right field side, base hit, and that ball's going to go all the way to the wall. Hubbard digging for second. The right fielder Smith, his throw is not in time. Played on 1 hop by the shortstop Marine, and Andre Hubbard has a leadoff double. So that excites the one Baller fan who was here today. There's a Baller fan that's been shouting a whole bunch of stuff. Not exactly sure what he's shouting, but anyway. Hubbard is at second base. That is the second hit for the Ballers. Back-to-back innings, they've let off with a hit. And now it's Smith who takes a strike on the outside corner. And the count's at no balls and 1 strike. So a 6-0 advantage for the High Wheelers. As McPherson from the belt. Sidestep pitch, and that's tapped foul to the back of the plate. No balls and 2 strikes. It's hard to believe that, and I realize we have been home really all of July. I mean, we really have. I mean, you think about it. Played Oakland July 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and then saw Rocky Mountain here for 7 games, and now we're in the span of 9 straight games with Oakland. There have been a few off days in between, but the team's been here the whole time. The 0-2 pitch in the dirt, good backhand pick by the catcher Mendoza. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 6-0 Yolo leading Oakland. Top of the 5th inning. And then that will offset. It will offset greatly because then starting on Friday, it'll be the first of 21 straight road games for the High Wheelers. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch. And a swing and a miss, so the breaking ball, strike 3. And Smith is down on strikes for the second time. So that's the 5th strikeout for McPherson, who's high in strikeouts this year is 8. June 13th in northern Colorado. So 1 out. Smith unable to advance Hubbard. 6-0 Yolo, and now the shortstop. And Josh Leslie comes up. He is 0 for 1. Trying to the shortstop in the 3rd. Hubbard still at 2nd. And McPherson turning to look back at 2nd. That's his first disengagement. But yeah, so let's see. We've been home, 3, and then we had, as it turned out, 7 games with Rocky Mountain. Now in the span of 9 straight home games with Oakland, so that's 16 straight home games. As the pitch to Leslie, driven right field side foul, strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. And then after 16 straight home games, we're going to have 21 straight road games. 3 at Oakland, and then an off day, and then 6 at Rocky Mountain, off day, 6 at Northern Colorado, off day, then 6 at Grand Junction. I mean, that'll take us pretty much to much of August. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. And the pitch to Leslie, a foul to the screen, strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. So after this series, we'll only have 2 more, at least in the regular season, homestands. Still haven't seen Boise, and they're going to be 12 straight games against Boise coming up. I mean, I realize we're getting way ahead of ourselves here, ahead of myself here, but have not seen the Hawks at all this year. 0-2 the count. McPherson delivers, and Leslie swings and pops this one up foul right side. And the count remains at no balls and 2 strikes with a 6-0 Yolo lead. Top of the 5th inning. But yeah, 21 straight road games. That's a lot, but again, just to cut down on extended travel, if you're going to go to one Colorado area or one Colorado team, might as well go to them all on one trip. No balls, 2 strikes the count. And Lozano on deck. It is 6-0 Yolo. Top of the 5th inning. Doug Greenwald with you on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. Third baseman Banks just back of the bag and just a pinch off the line. The 0-2. Outside ball 1, 1-2. Hubbard's the runner at second base. No balls, 2 strikes the count from Brandon McPherson to Josh Leslie. 1-2. And the pitch, and that's in the dirt, ball 2. So the count moves now to 2 balls and 2 strikes. But still a long, hot summer to go with High Wheelers baseball, and certainly the Pioneer League in general. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count to the shortstop Leslie with his 3rd team already this season. And the 2-2 pitch, low 3-2. Leslie is, many of you know, began the year, I say the year, meaning the Pioneer League season with Yolo, played a couple of games for the High Wheelers and got let go and moved up the road to Woodland, up to Marysville with the Marysville Drakes of the Professional Pecos League. The 3-2 to Leslie, and he drives one toward right center. That's going to get down for a hit. Hubbard rounds 3rd, and he will score the Ballers' first run. It's a 2-strike RBI single for Josh Leslie. And it's 6-1 Yolo. So the right fielder Smith moving to his right, gets the ball back in towards second. Leslie, that's his 10th RBI in an Oakland uniform. And now Tyler Lozano digs in. And of course Leslie, after his time in Marysville with the Drakes, back in the Pioneer League with Oakland. So now Lozano bats. So Leslie, the runner at first, being held on by Figueiredo. And McPherson delivers, and Lozano swings, and he flies one high to center. Skinner back a handful of steps, and Braylon is there, and the center fielder hauls it in. 2 out, top of the 5th inning, 6-1 Yolo. And that'll bring up the second baseman, Brad Burkell, to face Brandon McPherson. He is 0 for 1. He struck out swinging in the third, and then was put out 2-3. The catcher Mendoza to the first baseman Figueredo in the third inning. Outfield medium depth and straightaway. Leslie at first being held on by Figueredo, away on the pitch, and that's up and away, ball 1. 1-0. Leslie 2 for 3 in steal tries this year with Oakland. Or the 1-0 pitch and a late swing and a miss by Burkell, strike 1. So it counts at 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1-1 the count. Top of the order, and the left fielder Harden waiting on deck. And the 1-1 pitch, and that's high and away. Snap throw to first, and Leslie is out. Not only is Leslie out by a mile, he slid back toward the bag and was still short of the base. And Figueredo tagged him out. So 2-3 on the pickoff. Leslie is out. The catcher Mendoza to the first baseman Figueredo. 2-3 there. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. Nobody left. Halfway done as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. 6-1. Yolo leads Oakland on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. Halfway done as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. 6-1 Yolo. And the first pitch from Carson Lambert to Jose Gonzalez, who swung on a missed strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. It'll be Gonzalez, Figueredo, and Leday. 4, 5, and 6 with a 6-1 lead. And the pitch on the way, swing on a missed strike 2. So no balls and 2 strikes. So 6 runs, 7 hits, and no errors for Yolo. A run, 3 hits, and no errors for Oakland. So Gonzalez, Figueredo, and Leday, 4, 5, 6 to face Lambert. Gonzalez, despite the 6 runs and 7 hits this afternoon for Yolo, he is 0 for 2 as the 0-2 here. And he swings and he flies one toward left center field. To his left toward left center. The left fielder Peyton Harden gets there to make the catch. And Gonzalez is out, 1 down. And now it's Alejandro Figueredo who digs in with a 6-0 Yolo advantage. Bottom half of the 5th. So, kind of funny, you look at Gonzalez and Figueredo and Leday, all guys with power, all guys who hitting over 300. Yet, so far today, they are a combined 0 for 7. That's the meat and potatoes of the order, generally, 4, 5, 6. There's a pitch here to Figueredo outside ball 1, 1-0, and yet everybody else today has been part of the damage. But you know what? It's a team game, and I'm sure those 3, even though they individually like to be doing a little better today, look up and say, hey, you know what? Overall, we're up 6-1. That's a good thing. 6-1 Yolo. The windup in the 1-0. And Figueredo takes, and that's a strike called on the outside corner. And the count to Alejandro is at 1-1 strike. So Figueredo, white pants up to his knees, showing the thick black socks. The windup in the 1-1. And Alejandro swings, line drive, center field, and that's a base hit. So he says, take that, Doug. There's a single for Figueredo. In number 8 for Yolos, the center fielder Davis gets the ball in towards second. And now the second baseman and Bobby Leday digs in. So Figueredo now an 8-game hitting streak. Again, he was 3 for 4 with 3 singles here on Sunday, and now an 8-game streak for Figueredo, his longest streak of the year. Now Leday digs in. He is 0 for 2. He's grounded a shortstop, but he's fly to center field. And the pitch on the way, and that's swung on by Leday, and that's driven toward left center field, but Harden has a beat on it, and the left fielder moving to his left gets there to make the catch, and Leday is out, so he is 0 for 3. Figueredo back to first base, and a 6-1 Yolo lead over Oakland. And now here is the right fielder, Taylor Smith. Smith is 2 for 2, a single, a double, a stolen base, and a couple of runs scored. Third baseman Hubbard even with the bag and well off the line. And Carson Lambert delivers, and Smith is swinging and a miss at a breaking ball, strike one. No balls and a strike. High Wheelers mentioned Figueredo, but the High Wheelers, white shirts, white pants. High Wheelers spelled across the front in black with gold trim. Gold number on both sides of the shirt. Black cap with the gold build with a High Wheeler bicycle logo, or the High Wheeler logo on the front of the cap. That's the pitch to Smith, and Tanner swings and a foul to the screen, 0-2. Oakland, gray pants, green tops. Ballers spelled in big green letters big gold letters across the front of the shirt. Gold letters on the back, green caps. The letters B, apostrophe S and white on the front of the cap. Again, the gray pants for Oakland. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Banks on deck. And the pitch to Smith, and Tanner is swinging a foul to the backstop from Carson Lambert. Count holds it 0-2. Lambert, brief time in the red system at the lowest level of the Reds chain in the Arizona Complex League, playing over in Goodyear. It's about 30 minutes west of Phoenix. Almost looks like the ballpark in Goodyear is when you're driving to a prison. 0-2 the count with 2 out. And the pitch, and Smith swings and chops one is short. It's gloved by Leslie, and he's right there by the second base bag to step on it. And that forces Figueredo 6 unassisted. Not that I have a lot of experience driving to prisons, but anyway, it looks like it. When I've been to the Goodyear ballpark, it is way off the road. 6 unassisted there, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a runner left. We go to the 6th. It is 6-1. Yolo out in front over Oakland on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. We move to the sixth inning. It is 6-1. Yolo out in front over Oakland. And Brad Burkell leads it off, facing Brandon McPherson. Batters 9-1-2 for the Ballers. And the pitch to Burkell is fouled to the screen, strike one. And the count's at no balls and one strike. It'll be Burkell. And then the top of the Oakland order for the left fielder, Harden, and then Martinez. So batters 9-1-2. Burkell struck out swinging and then was put out on that same play. 2-3, the catcher Mendoza to the first baseman Figueredo as the pitch fouled to the screen. So no balls and two strikes the count with a 6-1 Yolo lead. The windup and the 0-2, and Burkell takes strike three on the outside corner. And he is out, and that's a sixth strikeout for Brandon McPherson. Burkell now for 2. And for the third time this afternoon, Oakland will go to the top of its order for the left fielder, Peyton Harden. And he is 1 for 2 with a single to right. 6-8-0 for Yolo, 1-3-0 for Oakland. So now Harden will come up, and the pitch to Peyton, and that is taken for a strike on the outside corner. And the count is at no balls and one strike with the first baseman Noah Martinez on deck. Outfield around to the left. The lineup in the 0-1, and Harden swings, and he flies one deep down the left field line. A long run for Gonzalez, and the ball goes foul. And the count moves to no balls and two strikes. Well, a 6-1 lead for the Yolo High Wheelers. Get off to a 4-2 second half start. So no balls and two strikes from McPherson in the short white sleeves on this. Guess it would be redundant to say toasty afternoon because they pretty much all have been here in July. First pitch was at 106 degrees. It has cooled off now. It's only 102 degrees here in Davis. They get through these three games, and then, as I mentioned, the next 21 will be on the road, where I don't think anywhere we go it'll be over 100 degrees. The 0-2, outside ball one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I mean, Colorado will be warm, but not quite like this. Of course, there you're at high elevation. So 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. And the pitch on the way, and that's swung on and missed, strike 3. And Harden is down on strikes. So 7th strikeout for Brandon McPherson. So 2 up and 2 down, and now it's the first baseman, Noah Martinez. Noah is 0 for 2. He's fly to center, and he is hit into a 4-6-3 double play. A 6-1 lead for the Yolo High Wheelers. Top of the 6th inning. And the pitch on the way to Martinez. Popped up foul left side, strike 1. And the count's at no balls and 1 strike. So after all these games against Oakland, so far there have been 24 games this year between these two teams. Oakland leads the season series 13-11. The kick on the 0-1, and that's inside ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, so we still have another 6 this week against the Ballers. And then we won't see Oakland again until the last series of the season. The kick on the 1-1, and that slapped a shortstop down to his right, need to glove the ball Marine, and he throws to Figueredo at first, and Martinez is out. He's 0 for 3. A perfect 6th inning for McPherson, nothing across. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 6-1, Yolo out in front over Oakland on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. 6-1 the score. The Yolo High Wheelers out in front, and Brody Iglite, he is the new pitcher for the for the Oakland Ballers. Brody Iglite comes on to do the pitching. 4 wins, no losses, 6.29 ERA, 15th appearance for Iglite this year, all out of the bullpen. So it'll be Kirkland Banks to lead it off, then Mendoza, and after that the top of the Yolo order for Skinner, so 8-9-1. 6-1 High Wheelers, bottom of the 6th. And the first pitch on the way to Banks, misses outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Kirkland is 1 for 1. A walk, a ground rule double, and a run scored. Also an RBI as part of the lone run in the 3rd inning, the 1-0. And that's inside, ball 2 to Banks. So 2 balls and no strikes. Carson Lambert, 5 innings today for Oakland, allowed 8 hits, 6 runs all earned. Walked 2, struck out 1, offered a wild pitch. The kick on the 2-0, way inside from Iglite, ball 3. And the count moves now to 3 balls and no strikes. Iglite, 6'2", 230 pounds, 23 years old, and went to college at San Francisco State, originally from Martinez, California. The kick on the 3-0, and that's taken down the middle, strike 1. And the count moves now to 3 balls and 1 strike with a 6-1 Yolo advantage. We're in the bottom of the 6th from Sonny Davis today. And Iglite ready to go, the 3-1. And that swung on and hit the other way into right field, a base hit. So Banks an opposite field single to right. He is 2 for 2 as the right fielder Halsema gets the ball in towards second. And a good start for the High Wheelers. So Banks at first. And now it's the catcher and Angel Mendoza who bats. Banks 8 steals this year. He's been caught twice. So now Mendoza, who got the High Wheelers on the board, got all the scoring started with that 2-out, 2-run double in the 2nd. He bats, part of that 5-run 2nd inning. Again, all 6 runs for Yolo today have been with 2 out. So now Mendoza digs in, and Iglite delivers, and Mendoza shows bunt, pulls the bat back, and he takes outside, ball 1 from Iglite. And the count's at 1 ball and no strikes. So Brandon McPherson, we'll see if he goes out and pitches the 7th, but the Yolo starter, an outstanding job today, only allowing a run on 3 hits with 7 strikeouts as Mendoza waves weakly at a breaking ball, misses. Strike 1. So the count now at 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 the count. Again, big hole in right center field. And again, the corner's charge. Mendoza drops a bunt foul up along first. And that is strike 2. So the count moves now to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Of course, the major leagues were back last Friday after the All-Star break. And I know we touched on this a little bit last week, but should be a lot of fun this upcoming 10 days with the trade deadline. Saw the Cubs announce that they're almost cashing it in for the year. They're focusing more on next season. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. 6-1 Yolo. And a breaking ball, and that's strike 3 on the outside corner. Pitch on the inner half. I just say outside corner. I meant to say inside corner. Pitch on the inner half of the plate. Mendoza called out on strikes. So he is now 1 for 3, and that's the first strikeout for Iglite. Banks holds it first. And for the 4th time this afternoon, Yolo will go to the top of its order for the center fielder, Braylon Skinner. He is 0 for 2, a walk and a run scored. We'll see if Banks tries to swipe second, as Mendoza was unable to get him there, and the pitch on the way is high, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes, but yeah, read that the Cubs are already looking at selling some of their veteran players. 1 ball, no strikes. Iglite deals, and that's low and in, ball 2. So 2 balls and no strikes. I mean, here are the Cubs, and you're only 3.5 out of a wild card spot. And I realize most of the National League is within range of that third wild card spot, which is occupied now really between second and third on the wild card in that league between the Mets and Padres. But Arizona's 1 game back, Pittsburgh's 1 game back, and the Cubs are only 3.5 back. Reds and Giants each 4 back in that last wild card. Washington's 5 out of that second wild card. The kick on the 2-0. And that's a strike called on the outside corner. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Six to 1 Yolo. Bottom of the 6th. And Banks at first, and pitch slapped to second, could be 2. Glove by Burkell, goes to Leslie at second for 1, and the shortstop Soto Martinez at first for 2. That's an inning double play, goes 4 to 6 to 3. Second short first, Burkell, Leslie, Martinez, and that completes the 6th. 1 hit, nobody left, on to the 7th. It is 6 to 1. Yolo out in front over Oakland on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. On we go to the 7th inning, a 6 to 1 lead for the Yolo High Wheelers over the Oakland Ballers. Doug Greenwald with you on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. Austin Davis leads it off for the first pitch from Brandon McPherson is fouled to the backstop, strike 1. And the count's of no balls and 1 strike. So it's Davis, Halsman, Hubbard. 3, 4, and 5 to face McPherson. So he's on for his 7th inning now. And once he records an out in this inning, it will be his highest inning output this year, the 0-1 pitch, and that's high ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Worked 6 innings July 4th here against the Ballers. Worked 6 innings at Oakland June 6th, and also worked 6 innings here in his first start of the year. First start anywhere of the year, May 30th against Grand Junction, the 1-1. And that's grounded foul up along third, strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Davis is 0 for 1 with a walk. But anyway, yeah, the Cubs saying that, they're going to turn their focus on being sellers. There's a lot of teams on that seesaw. Are they in it? Are they not? Are they going to buy? Are they going to sell? We got a long baseball season left. The kick on the 1-2. High ball, 2, 2-2. Who knows what the Giants are going to do? But Giants' second half not off to a good start, losing 2 of 3 to a far inferior Colorado team. Then last night, certainly the game within reach to beat the Dodgers. The Dodger Stadium and didn't. The 2-2 swinging a foul to the backstop. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 6 to 1. Yolo leads Oakland, top of the 7th. Sort of sensed last night when there was miscommunication between Luis Matos in left and Elliot Ramos in center, and the ball fell for the double that the Dodgers were going to capitalize. The kick on the 2-2, and that's popped up foul Back of the plate, 2-2, 6-1. Yolo over Oakland, top of the 7th. Not that you want to give any team an extra out, but certainly not the Dodgers. And then it was Teoscar Hernandez with a 2-out RBI single in the 8th inning. That was the difference. And tough loss there for the Giants, no doubt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Outfield medium depth straightaway. And the pitch just outside ball 3. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. High Wheeler's going to challenge that. And it's been overturned to a strike. It's strike 3. And Davis is called out on strikes, as it turns out, called out by the track man. And that is now 6 1/3 innings for McPherson, so that is a season high in that department for him. 8 strikeouts, which match a season high for him. Again, he had 8 strikeouts June 13th in northern Colorado. So 1 up and 1 down. Now it's Trevor Halsema who bats. Outfield medium depth and straight away. And the pitch, and Halsema takes a breaking ball for a strike on the inside corner. So no balls and 1 strike to Halsema, who is 0 for 2. And McPherson delivers, and Halsema takes, and that's outside ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the Dodgers' scary thing is they're getting guys back eventually. Betts will be back soon. Tyler Glass now expected back this week. Clayton Kershaw hasn't pitched all year. He's expected back. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. 1-2, albeit the Giants are supposed to get some players back, including Robbie Ray, who's yet to pitch for them this year, but the former American League Cy Young Award winner, recovering from Tommy John, is supposed to be back. The scoreboard has 1 and 2. That's not accurate. Count's not 2 balls and 2 strikes, is it? It is? Okay. All right, well. I was so in tune with my story, I guess I forgot the ball strike count. 2-2 pitch here. Popped up foul right side. So, now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. But anyway, as I said, Robbie Ray is supposed to be back. Big thing, the 2-2 here. And that's flying high in the air to center field, since Skinner drifting back, and he'll be there in front of the warning track to make the catch. And Halsema is out now 0 for 3 today. 6-1, Yolo leads Oakland, top of the 7th inning. Doug Greenwald with you on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. And now Dondre Hubbard will come up. Of course, Alex Cobb should be back soon. He's on a rehab assignment. So now it's Hubbard. He's 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored, and he takes a strike on the outside corner. Well, the count's at no balls and 1 strike. Well, Cobb is yet to pitch this season. The kick on the 0-1, and that's foul at the plate, strike 2. So the count now at no balls and 2 strikes. So 0-2 the count. Lead is at 6-1 Yolo. Top half of the 7th inning. As the pitch to Hubbard, and that's pops it up foul, first base side. And the count holds now at no balls and 2 strikes. Cobb left hip surgery. Cobb, who made his first Sacramento rehab start on July 20th, struck out 4 over 5 shutout innings, made 60 pitches. So he could be back within a week. The 0-2 pitch to Hubbard, and that's lifted high toward the line in right to his left-hander Smith, and crossing the line in fair territory, he makes the catch. And 1-2-3 go the Ballers in the 7th, and 7 strong innings today from Brandon McPherson. And that matches a handful of other outings this year by other Yellow pitchers for most innings. Nothing across, stretch time from Davis, California. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. It is Yellow 6 and Oakland 1 on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. Stretch time from Davis, California. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. 6 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the High Wheelers. A run, 3 hits, no errors for the Ballers. Again, tomorrow back with you at 4:30 on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. As far as I know, Oakland is still undecided on who it will start. For Yolo, it'll be left-hander Brandon Mitchell. Braylon Marine leads it off, and the first pitch from Iglite. Check swing, Chapper toward first. Martinez playing perfectly off the bag, up with the baseball. They'll take the ball to the bag for the unassisted out. 1 down. So Marine, Blackford, and Gonzalez. Braylon now 1 for 4. And now we go from Braylon Marine to Braden Blackford. Facing Brody Iglite. Blackford 2 for 3, an RBI single. That was in the 2nd inning. So Yolo, a 5-run second, a 1-run third. Blackford holding the bat way above his black helmet. And the pitch on the way to Braden, and that's hit foul up along first, strike 1. And the count is a no balls and 1 strike to Blackford. So we'll see if anyone comes out and pitches the 8th other than McPherson, but I guess somebody will have to come out and pitch the 8th. But McPherson done quite a job here today. 7 very good innings with 8 strikeouts. The 0-1 pitch, and Blackford is swinging a foul to the screen. 0-2. Most strikeouts by a High Wheeler this year in one game is 10. It's been done twice. The last to do it, Ben Ferrer, July 13th against Rocky Mountain. Dawson Lane also had a 10 strikeout performance. Most innings, as I mentioned, it's been done by a few High Wheelers, now 6 times overall. 0-2 to Blackford, strike 3 called outside corner. And Braden is down on strikes looking. Second strikeout for Iglite, quickly 2 away. We're in the 7th inning, top of the 7th, and a 6-1 Yolo lead. And now Jose Gonzalez comes up, and he is 0 for 3. Third baseman Hubbard well off the line. I mean, almost playing it deep short. Shortstop Leslie shades the bag, and now Hubbard moves a few feet back over toward third. As the pitch to Gonzalez, and that's outside and high, ball 1. And the count's a 1 ball and no strikes, and a 6-1 Yolo advantage. Bottom of the 7th inning. As Iglite from the set. First base side of the rubber delivers, and Gonzalez takes. And that's strike 1 on the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike to Gonzalez. And right back home, the 1-1. And that's ripped toward third and past Hubbard. And on to the left field, a base hit. Hubbard, and I don't mean to be mean to Dondre. He's a really, really good guy, but did one of those, what they call the Olay right there, like the Matador. Once that bull comes running, the Matador, puts up that cape and gets out of the way. That's sort of what it looked like there. There'll be a single for Jose Gonzalez. He is 1 for 4. Hit number 10 for Yolo. 6-1 Yolo leading Oakland, bottom of the 7th. And now Alejandro Figueiredo will dig in. So Gonzalez, who pinch hit and walked here on Sunday, now has a single. So now Figueiredo bats, and Alejandro takes low ball 1. So 1 ball and no strikes. Figueiredo extended his hitting streak to 8 games with a single in the 5th, his last time up, 1 for 3. 1 ball, no strikes. Outfield medium depth straightaway, and the pitch to Alejandro is outside, ball 2. And the count's at 2 balls and no strikes. So 2-0 the count. Third baseman and Hubbard back of the bag and off the line. Big hole on the right side of the line with a 2-0 pitch. And that's a strike on the inside corner, 2-1. Gonzalez, 5 steals this year. He's been caught 3 times. So 2 balls and 1 strike to count from Iglite, who's had a brother that also pitched at San Francisco State. 2-1 the count. Figueredo, and the pitch, and Alejandro swings. Ground ball towards second. Burkell moving to his left, gobbles up the baseball and throws to Martinez at first. And Figueredo is out. One hit, one left. We moved the eighth inning, 6-1. Yolo leading Oakland on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. We go to the eighth inning. It is 6-1 Yolo, and Brandon McPherson's still out there. And the first pitch of Jalen Smith is inside, ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. It's Smith, Leslie, and Lozano, 6, 7, and 8. And the pitch on the way, and that's swung on by... Actually, it's not Smith. That is not Smith. That we have a pinch hitter. And it's Dante Stewart, who must have just been added to the roster. The pitch on the way. Line to third, off the glove of Banks. Ball caroms into foul ground, and Dante Stewart has himself a base hit. Banks had the ball go off his glove. It'll be a base hit. And then he had to go pick up the ball back at third in a foul ground. So Dante Stewart was wearing number 29, capital Stuart. That's how this version of Stewart is spelled. So Dante Stewart has a pinch infield single, line drive infield single off the glove of the third baseman Banks. So Stewart at first base. We'll try and get more information on him in a moment. Now it's Josh Leslie who digs in. And the pitch on the way to Leslie is a strike on the inside corner. And the count's at no balls and 1 strike. We were not given a new Oakland roster, so that's why I did not know who that was. Leslie swings, flies this one toward right. Sends Tanner Smith going all the way back, and that's 1 hop off the wall. Stewart on his way to third. Aaron Miles will stop him there. And the second is Leslie with his second hit as the right fielder Smith gets the ball in towards second. And now Tyler Lozano bats. And we were not given, I'm not sure why we were not given a new Oakland roster, but that is unfortunately the case here. We were not told of this and had to find out, had to scramble to find out who that was. So Stewart is at third, Leslie's at second. Now it's Lozano. I'd have to think somebody by now is warming in the Yellow bullpen. 7+ innings now for McPherson. If he gets it out here in the 8th, it'll be the most innings pitched by a Yolo hurler this year, let alone ever, of course, being that this is a new team. Lozano's 0 for 2, and he swings and he flies this one to center. This should be an out. This should also be a run. Back to make the catch is Skinner. Tagging from third is Stewart. He will score, and going second to third with a slide is Leslie. So give Lozano a sacrifice fly And a run batted in. It is now 6-2 Yolo. And now we'll see another pinch hitter for Oakland. This will be Nick Adgar, who we saw last week. The Bay Area product in Adgar. He will bat, capital ADJAR. So it's now 6-2. Give Lozano a run batted in. RBI for Lozano is his 19th. Meanwhile, a meeting on the mound right now. So we'll see what shakes from this. So a little tighter now. It's 6-2 in favor of Yolo. We're on the top half of the 8th inning. Dante Stewart, getting some information on him now. Stewart played at a couple of different colleges, went to Northwestern State in Natchitoches, Louisiana, and then went to Northwestern State. That's where he played his undergrad, and then played one graduate year at the University of Memphis. Stewart originally from the Woodlands, Texas, north of Houston. So now it's Adgar, and the pitch goes all the way to the backstop, and no chance for Mendoza to get to that one in time. Leslie scores on the wild pitch, and it's now 6-3 in favor of the High Wheelers. So the sacrifice fly by Lozano, not only getting Stewart in, but also getting Leslie to third with less than 2 out and put him in a position to score. So charge McPherson with a wild pitch. So now it's 6-3. Bases empty, 1 out. And the pitch to Adgar, and he swings and misses at a fastball, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. So 7 1/3 innings for McPherson. That's the most for him this year. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And the pitch, and Adgar swings and a foul to the backstop, strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Adgar 0 for 6 so far as a member of the Ballers, signed last week, the Bay Area product. The 1-2 on the way, and he swings and slaps this ball to shortstop. Gloved around the belt buckle by Marine, and he'll throw on a figure 8 at first. And Adgar is out. 2 down in the 8th inning, the top of the 8th. 6 runs, 10 hits, and no errors for Yolo. 3 runs, 5 hits, and no errors for Oakland. So Adgar, who is 27 years old, he's from Alameda. He is out. 2 down, and now for the 4th time this afternoon, Oakland will go to the top of its order for the left fielder, Peyton Harden. He is 1 for 3. And McPherson delivers, and the pitch rolled foul up along first, strike 1. And the count's at no balls and 1 strike. On the count, and that's up and in for a ball. So 1 ball and 1 strike to count. A 6-3 lead for the High Wheelers. Top of the 8th inning. 2 out, nobody on. McPherson delivers, and Harden swings, and he flies one to center field. That's in Skinner drifting back. Plenty of room out there. And he makes the catch. So 2 runs allowed, but McPherson now through 8 innings this afternoon, again a season high for any High Wheeler. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning, 6-3. Yolo leading Oakland on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. Bottom of the 8th we go. 6 runs, 10 hits, no errors for Yolo. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Oakland. Some changes for the Ballers. We'll tell you about that in a moment. Bobby Leday, he leads it off. Batter 6, 7, and 8 for Yolo, facing Brody Iglite, set for his 3rd inning of relief. And the first pitch to Leday is outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Nick Adgar, he stays in the ball game to play left field. The kick on the 1-0 to Leday, and that is inside 2-0. So Adgar will pinch hit for Burkell. In the top of the inning, he stays in to play left field. Austin Davis moves from center field to second base. Peyton Hard moves from left field to center. And Stewart, who pinch hit for the DH, I'm sure we'll assume the DH spot. Leday swings and he flies one high to right field. And a long run for the right fielder, Halsema, and he makes the catch. Deep down into the corner in foul territory, right near the Yolo bullpen. He hauls it in. And Leday is out on the foul fly ball to right, so 1 out. So Leday, Smith, and Banks, 6, 7, and 8. Leday is now 0 for 4. And now it's Smith who comes up. And a 6-3 lead for the Yolo High Wheelers. Bottom of the 8th inning as Iglite deals and Smith swings and chops this one towards second to his left. Davis up with a baseball. Easy lob toss over to Martinez at first. And Smith is out, 2 out. Now it's Banks, so Davis at second. Adgar in left, and Harden is in center. So those are the moves for the Ballers. 2 down, and now it's Kirkland Banks who bats. Again, cannot see who's warming for Yolo, but I'd have to think somebody would be by now. The pitch on the way to Banks, and that is outside, ball 1. And the count is at 1 ball and no strikes from Brody Iglite. And from the belt, the 1-0 pitch, and Banks swings, and he pops this one up. Shallow right, backpedaling though, is the second baseman in Davis who makes the catch. And that ends the bottom half of the 8th inning. So a very quick bottom of the 8th for Iglite. And Banks is out now, 2 for 3 this afternoon. He'd been perfect. He'd been 2 for 2 with an RBI ground rule double, a walk, and a run scored. 1, 2, 3 goes Yolo in the 8th. Last chance for Oakland. We go to the 9th. There'll be a new pitcher for the High Wheelers when we get back with the score. Yolo 6 and Oakland 3. Back to tell you about Ty Buckner in a moment on YouTube Live and on Flow Sports. Last chance for the Oakland Ballers as we go to the top of the ninth inning. It is 6-3 in favor of the Yolo High Wheelers, and Ty Buckner on to try and close this. So a tremendous job by Brandon McPherson this afternoon. Again, a season high, not just for him, but for any High Wheeler. 8 strikeouts today in 8 innings. Season high for him in both categories. Season high for any High Wheeler in the innings department with 8. Allowed 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned, a walk, and a wild pitch. So Ty Buckner, in a save situation, faces Noah Martinez to lead it off. And Buckner's first pitch taken for a strike on the inside corner. No balls and a strike. Martinez, Davis, and Halsema, 2, 3, and 4 to face Buckner, 25 years old, 6'1", 190 pounds, from the St. Louis area. The 0-1, foul to the backstop, 1-1. Buckner State College last year in the MLB Draft League as he rubs up the baseball. For Buckner this year, no wins, 1 loss. ERA is at 3.50. 18th appearance, all out of the bullpen with a team-high 5 saves. The 0-2 pitch, outside ball 1. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 6 runs, 10 hits, no errors for Yolo. 3-5-0 for Oakland. Martinez is 0 for 3. And the pitch, and Noah swings, and he pops it up foul left side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Buckner last worked the other day, so back-to-back games for him in which he has a chance for a save. Worked 1 perfect inning with a strikeout the other day, getting the save. Last week finished 2 of the games against Oakland. The kick on the 1-2, and Martinez is swinging a miss. Breaking ball in the outer half of the plate, strike 3. And he is out, so 1 down. And now here is Austin Davis who bats. He is 0 for 2. So I mentioned Buckner in search of what would be his 6th save. So now Austin Davis bats. 6-3 Yolo, top of the 9th. Some shade out of deep right field as Buckner delivers, and that's a fastball. Swing and a miss, strike 1. So it counts now at no balls and 1 strike from Ty Buckner. And we got a long stretch of road games coming up, and imagine that the High Wheelers would like to see their starters go as long as possible. No balls, 1 strike. And the pitch, and that's swung on and fouled the plate, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Mentioned Buckner with 5 saves. If he can get save number 6, that will put him in a share of first place for saves in the Pioneer League with Andrew Garcia of Missoula and Chandler David of Oakland. Both of them have 6. No balls, 2 strikes to Austin Davis, and he swings and misses a fastball foul tipped into the glove of the catcher Mendoza, strike 3. And Davis is out, 2 down. And now Oakland is down to its last out for the right fielder, Trevor Halsema, 6-3 Yolo. Top of the 9th. Again tomorrow. Once again, 4:30 for the first, 4:30 for the feed on Flow Sports and on YouTube Live. Scheduled 4:30 start. As Halsema looks inside, 1-0. Oakland still TBA for tomorrow. Or at least they were at the beginning of today. Left-hander Brandon Mitchell for Yolo. 1 ball, no strikes. Halsema is 0 for 3. By the way, J.P. Gates, who we saw a lot this year with Oakland. We saw him as a starter, a reliever, and also as a 2-way player. Would see him play first base. He hung him up in the middle of the series last week. Remember he made a starting appearance as a pitcher, but pitched well, and then, went a couple of days without playing. I thought, okay, maybe just gets a day or 2 off. Well, he retired. As the pitch low and in, ball 2 to Halsema, 2-0. So J.P. Gates, of course, no longer with Oakland. They've had a busy week as well. The 2-0 on the way, outside 3-0. So Oakland, of course, with the bigger news, the dismissal of manager Micah Franklin the other night. But J.P. Gates, who was a NCAA Division II College World Series winner this year at the University of Tampa, now retired. 3 balls, no strikes, and the pitch. And that's a strike called on the outside corner, 3-1. with Dante Stewart on deck. Let me correct it. Dondre Hubbard is on deck. Hubbard on deck. 3 balls and a strike. Buckner delivers, and a breaking ball to Halsma. Swing and a miss, strike 2. 3-2, and now Oakland is down to its last strike. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, the count. And the payoff, swing grounder, foul up along third. 3-2 from Buckner. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Third baseman Banks, back of the bag, just a pinch off the line. First baseman Figueredo, back of the bag, well off the line. The 3-2, low ball 4, so that keeps the game going. Halsma on base for the first time this afternoon. I say this afternoon, I know we're in the early evening, but if a game starts before 5 o'clock, it is still considered a day game, so that's why I keep saying this afternoon. Now it's Hubbard, 1 for 3 of the double and a run scored. So Buckner mentioned finished 2 of the games against Oakland last week. One was for a save, and the other was not in a save situation. But anyway, finished both of them. So now it's Hubbard. And Buckner delivers, and Hubbard takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Now the tying run on deck, and Stewart. Yeah, Hubbard was saying after the game last week, not the game the other day, but the first game he pitched in the series last week against Oakland, there was a little bit of an adjustment for him because second half now, the Pioneer League is using bigger baseballs, the 0-1, swinging a foul to the screen, 0-2. Once again, Oakland down to its last strike. First half of the season, they used smaller baseballs, Major League Baseball sized balls, and Buckner's saying it was a little a bit of a change to get used to the new grip, the new baseball. 0-2 the count. Halsma at first. Figueredo, the first baseman, plays behind him. And the 0-2 pitch. And Hubbard swings, slaps this ball to second. Glove by Leday. He'll take the ball to the bag for the unassisted out. And the ball game is over. And the Yolo High Wheelers take game 1 of this 3-game series, winning this afternoon by a count of 6-3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a runner left. Final score, it was Yolo 6 and Oakland 3. And here are the final totals in this one here this afternoon for the Yolo High Wheelers, whose record now goes overall to 28-25 and 5-2 in the Pioneer League. They come up with 6 runs, 10 hits, no errors, and Yolo leaves 5. For the Oakland Ballers, who dropped to 29-26 and 2-5 in the second half, 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors, and Oakland strands 2. 8 outstanding innings today by Brandon McPherson. He is the winner for Yolo. First win since May 30th. He is now 2-0. The save, Ty Buckner again now tied for first in the Pioneer League. That is his 6th. And the loss to Carson Lambert of Oakland, and he drops to 2-3. Time of today's game, 2 hours and 17 minutes. Played in front of a an announced crowd by team rule of 0. We have to announce that here this afternoon. So after the day off yesterday, the High Wheelers and Ballers played through the first inning without anybody scoring, and then the High Wheelers got busy in the second with 2 out of nobody on. Right fielder Tanner Smith singled to left. He stole second. The second baseman in Banks ended up walking. The big hits in that inning, the 2-run double by Angel Mendoza, the catcher, and a 2-run double by shortstop Braylon Marine. Also, Braden Blackford, an RBI single in that second. Yellow added another run in the third with 2 out and nobody on. Tanner Smith again started the rally. This was a double to left. And then Kirkland Banks, an RBI ground rule double. And that's all the runs Yolo needed. Brandon McPherson was outstanding. 8 innings today, allowed 5 hits, 3 runs all earned. Again, 5 hits, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts, which matches his season high. The 8 innings, the most for any High Wheeler pitcher this year, and a wild pitch. Oakland's Carson Lambert, 5 innings, 8 hits, 6 runs, all earned, 2 walks, 1 strikeout, and a wild pitch. Brody Iglite, certainly want to credit him with 3 shutout innings this afternoon, giving up 1 hit, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. Certainly pitched well, too. But Yolo wins it by a count of 6-3. Our next broadcast tomorrow, 4:30 p.m. We will start the YouTube Live and Flow Sports. Don't have an Oakland starter yet, but for Yolo, it'll be left-hander Brandon Mitchell, a record of 3-1. Great job, as always, by Michael Sapel, our production manager and director here this afternoon. Final score again, Yolo 6 and Oakland 3. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 4:30. Till then, Doug Greenwald saying good afternoon.